Yeah. What did you do, Barry? What did you do? This is the Flash on the Game Boy. Developed by Equilibrium Entertainment. Equilibrium, I think that's the name of the company. This is a game I never knew existed, but then again, the Game Boy itself is a platform I didn't really know very much about. So imagine the idea they were trying to do here. They're trying to make a speedy mascot 2D platformer on a Game Boy. So there's your first problem. A console that's known for its notoriously awful screen blur that makes it very difficult to see things that are moving. Now trying to make a game that's arguably speed based. With a hero that is speed based. Like, could you do Sonic the Hedgehog on a Game Boy? Yeah, but you wouldn't want to. Like, you're probably just asking for trouble. And so here we are going to be playing. We're not for very long. The Game Boy Flash video game. I look. I know. Look, this is the THQ special. Like everyone, a true sign of quality. THQ making a Game Boy game. But yeah, they made a Flash video game way back in 1991. I want to say it was right around the time the CBS series premiered, or it was like a year after it. Like basically, it was in that period where a character like the Flash could get a video game made because it was in the public eye because of a relatively expensive CBS broadcast network show that infamously failed after like what 6 or 7 episodes. Like they canceled it. Of course, if this show had been made today, it'd probably be out on Amazon or Netflix or something like the Daredevil show. But in 1991, this was in the shadow of the Batman live action film. I don't know when exactly because they knew Superman was going to be too expensive. They said, you know what, we could probably make a TV show based on the Flash. Now, obviously, the CW series is way better. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 episodes. I saw the first 2 episodes of the Flash on videotape when I rented it from a Blockbuster Video, and I was immediately disappointed. I'm like, okay, I wasn't going in expecting Batman the Animated Series or anything, but I'm like, this is really tortured. This is really tortured, banal, like TV quality, like bad TV drama. It's basically like I would describe the TV show as Martha, the TV show. That was the quality of the acting we were getting in that show. So no, I don't have a whole lot of affection for the Flash TV series, the original one that aired on CBS. Couple of things I should probably mention. We're on a timer. We're supposed to be able to run, but I don't know how to run. Do we have to hold a button down? Oh, that's hilarious. You hold down the B button. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. That's wild. Of course, you can't move. Hold down the B button. Hold down the A button. So that's how you spin. Okay. That's kind of cool. Down, up, down, up. I didn't know you could do that. Of course, you should probably keep moving at all times. How do you run? Uh, okay, B and A simultaneously. I never had to do that when I was originally playing the game. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play dumb, and then I'm going to throw in some of the fancy stuff. Because I played this game for 20 minutes before I started recording this video. Like I said, it's terrible. This is a YTF. We're not going to play this game for very long. There are no continues. There are 2 lives. Good luck. And there's a timer that's pretty brutal. So what we'll do is we'll play dumb, and then we'll try to play smart. By which I mean we're going to start experimenting with some of the moves. This game has a jump button married to, but you have to press up on the jump. You have to press up on the D-pad to jump, like in Street Fighter 2. But for some reason, you have a punch and a kick. Why? Shouldn't there be a jump button? This isn't a fighting game. Why? Okay. But again, why do you have a punch button and a kick button in a game like this? That fills up our flash meter. On the bottom of the screen is our health meter. On the top of the screen, or just above that, the long meter is our speed meter, apparently. What? That's actually pretty common. You'll try to jump over a platform and an enemy will knock you back into it. So just keep that in mind. And again, the bounding box on this game is very bad. Like you have to go pretty far to the right you have to go pretty far to the right of the screen to scroll. Whoops. You have to go pretty far to the right of the screen to scroll it. And the scrolling is kind of slow. Like your character is way faster than the scrolling, which I guess makes sense for the Flash. But there's also the other obvious problem of, you know, the fact that you can't always keep up with the scrolling because you're moving so far to the right side of the screen, you can't see certain obstacles coming. Whoop, yeah, I'll try that and fall in there. I think the secret is to get over the platform and just mash on the attack. See, he pushed me off. That's also a dead end, so there's no reason to go there anyway. So I can't punch in midair, but I can kick in midair. So again, why is there a punch and a kick button? There should only be, like, there should be one attack button and one jump button. To me, that makes no sense. I can't pause? Yeah, so I'm playing with a turbo slow motion controller, and there's no pause. As weird as that sounds, you can't pause the Flash. I guess it's thematically appropriate. You can't pause the game. Okay, you have to press start and select at the same time? Huh? Why would you have to press start and select at the same time to pause the game? If you have money, I think you can punch that to like buy some health, buy a health upgrade, or at least some food to replenish your health. And I think that vase I just punched knocked that guy backwards. Yeah, that. And no continues. Till next time, Flash. I believe that character was that character played by Mark Hamill in the live action show? Because Mark Hamill did play one of the bad guys in the Flash. Huh. Where are the bombs? Be careful, Barry. I guess we're gonna play a little bit fancier now. It's like I said, I was gonna try and play the game dumb, then we'll try to just speed through it, literally. We good? Yeah, performance is not great. You'll see a lot. There are several areas where you'll see a lot of slowdown, dude. I mean, a lot of slowdown. Okay, I made it to level 3 the first time I played. This shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, I think the strategy was to stay high for as long as you can. You have to punch that bomb before it blows up. Do I even need that? Probably not. Let's see. That jump is not hard, but it's just again you have to hold up and right to make that jump, but the jumping controls are kind of sticky. And of course the enemy will knock you back into the hole, so I mean you can't I can jump over that. Yeah, it's not too hard. That part's not hard. And I can break through the columns here. See the slowdown starting to kick in. Oh, imagine slow down in a Flash video game. Eventually that bomb does blow up and it takes some health, so be careful. Yeah, just gesticulate with your fist. That's hilarious. Oh, fell off. So I have to figure out how to solve that reliably. Because I've lost a lot of lives to the guy sitting at the edge of the platform like that. That's the only way to get over that hole, I want to say. Again, it's a very sticky jump. Not very reliable jump. Always feels like I'm going to miss the platform. Can I just jump over that? Yeah, I can just jump over that. Yeah, so let's do it the easy way. Screw you. Just save myself a whole bunch of trouble. Again, how do you like having to go 7/8 of the way across the screen to make it scroll to the right? That is bizarre. And there's the bomb. So you take out the bomb before the timer at the bottom of the screen runs out, and we're good. So yeah, that's how you get past the first level. So when we inevitably die, we'll practice. We'll start using the Speed Force. Remember, you got to press A and B simultaneously to run, because for some reason, punching and kicking are on two different buttons, even though you only need one attack in this game. Really, like what's the difference between punching and kicking? Why even punch at all if you can just kick and you have more versatility with your kick? Like the Avengers arcade game, the top-down arcade game that I played on this channel. That game had how would I describe it? Well, that game had a punch and a kick button, but the punch was worthless because you couldn't move while punching, but you can move while kicking. It's weird. Holograms. Oh yeah, there are enemies you can't. There are enemies you can't kill. So don't be fooled by the holograms. Okay, fine. So now I know. Is that supposed to be what's her name? The black lady from the CW series? I forgot her name. They were supposed to be an item. Like that was the whole thing. They're supposed to be shipping them. I'll take that cash. I think the cash is the cash you used to actually buy those up. Yeah, those are the holograms. So yeah, ignore those holograms because you can't punch them. Okay, we can't drop a platform, so we have to go around. Like out for that guy's gonna punch you into the hole. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Okay, it's not gonna work. Let's go up and around. Well, that was a big fat waste of time. I think staying high is the safest way to go in this game. Bye, holograms. Can't go that way. And there are no enemies. Yeah, there's an enemy below me, so that means it's safe to drop. There's no hole down there. Again, the controls are very sticky when it comes to jumping. So this Street Fighter 2 jumping system is not working. I mean, it's just very unreliable jump in this game, which is unfortunate. Another hologram? Nope, that's real. The only way to know is to see if you can do damage to it when you kick it. That's a hologram. Why are there holograms? I don't know. Again, why is the bounding box so far to the right? That's insane. Three seconds, we're going to die. Yeah, we can't do it. We're going to die. So we're not going to make it. Yep, ran out of time. One more life. I do think that holding down the button is kind of hilarious. But again, how would you even play this game on a crappy spinach-green screen with the awful motion blur? Like, how could you possibly play a game like this at any kind of speed? Again, it's the opposite. Again, now playing this on a Super Game Boy on a Super NES console is probably the optimal way to play it, other than an emulator. But yeah, dude, could you imagine playing this game on an actual Game Boy with that awful screen? How would you be able to see anything? So there's no continues. So again, we'll play the game normal. We'll play the game in a bit more grace. So we'll speed through the top if we know what we're doing. Bye. I can't do the running jump. I can't do a running jump, can I? Yeah, I can't do a running jump. I can run through these columns. Yeah, so I can jump while I'm running. That's cool. I guess if you want to speed run the Flash video game, that would make sense, right? It's kind of hard to jump. It's kind of hard to jump while you're running, honestly, because it's a very unreliable jump. But couldn't kill the bomb. So that gives me a bit of health back. Can't get over there, so I'll go up and over. Whoops! Maybe I should just play normally. So I can't run through him. So I was able to run through that bomb, which is nice. Let's just play normally, you know. We can try to go faster to get higher scores. Sure. Yes, just ignore that guy. He's on a dead end anyway. Again, I can't go down. So I can't pick up that health. So does every enemy give you food? I have no cash. Does every enemy give you food? Bop. That cash. I have full health now. I have a full timer now. It's a different thing. Again, slow down. Slow down in a Flash video game. That can't go well. So among all the other problems this game probably has, like trying to somehow work on a spinach-green screen, yeah, I should have stayed low. So we're out of lives here. Let's just burn this last batch of lives. So I think we can get to level 3 like I did earlier, but yeah, this game gets really old really fast. This game is it's the fastest the fastest boredom simulator alive. The fastest boredom instigator alive. I love just flashing the knuckles. Just flashing the knuckles by holding down the attack button and holding up like this. Look at this. Do do. Funky. What is this game even? Do. Why did they think this would work? Yeah, I'm like Ken Lo in Legend of Drunken Master against Jackie Chan. You have to stop moving to even do that move. So yeah, super imaginative. Get on your knees. So stupid. So is this game better than Mortal Kombat 2? No. Mortal Kombat 2 is actually faster than this game, one could argue. Whoops. Wow, that could have been something. All right, let's try again. Run out of time. How you like that? Holla. See, that worked out. So I get that time bonus. So yeah, I'm sure you could speedrun this game on a Super Game Boy, no problem. Wouldn't want to do it on a regular Game Boy. Yeah, God, God help all those kids. All those poor comic book fans. Like, Mom, I love the Flash. Well, yeah. Here, kid. Here's the Flash video game you could play. That'll keep you busy for half an hour. Shut up. Like, if you wanted to play, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Uh, can't think of any other games that would apply. You can see why they would want to make a speedy mascot platformer for the Game Boy, because why make it for the NES? What was the fastest NES game before? Well, Bioforce 8 was a prototype, but Nintendo was really impressed by that game for some reason. I mean, it was a prototype, but they were like, "Yeah, look at how fast it's throwing, how fast all the scrolling is." I'm like, really? Yeah, what would be the? I don't know. What would the fastest Super NES game be, or the fastest NES game be? Interesting question now that I think about it. Because, I mean, it was capable of some speed, obviously. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Wrong way. Careful. Up and over. Dick and Fred. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really yeah, I'm actually drawing a blank. Now I'm fascinated. Because there were some games that were kind of fast, like Zexus on the NES seemed kind of fast, as I recall. Huh. I mean, Batman, yeah, Return of the Joker was pretty late in the run, obviously. It was near the end of its run, but yeah, pretty late in the NES run. That was certainly pretty fast. So the holograms don't attack me. That's might be another thing. I'm about to run out of time here. Probably should have gone higher. Give me a second. Yeah, we're going high. No fair attacking me. I'm running out of time. Yeah, this is where I got stuck last time. There we go. That's how it's done. All right, so that's where I died. I guess we're gonna make it to stage 3. We have 2 lightning bolts above the score, above the letters S and C. So we have 2 lives. We're gonna end this video very shortly. I can't imagine playing this game for another 20 minutes. Yeah, again, this is what you would expect from THC. It's like, hey, we want a video game in 2 months. Do it, and maybe 3 months if you're lucky. I mean, yeah, you better hurry, Flash. Don't worry, babe. I'm the fastest man alive. God. Okay, I knew this game was bad, but I mean, like, okay, so it's worse than Mortal Kombat. Is it better than WWF Superstars? I think it's a wash, honestly. Like, we're in D plus territory here. I would say C minus because of because the ability to somehow run really fast if you know what you're doing, so that helps. So if you really know what you're doing, you can do some pretty interesting speed runs, I guess. Of course, would this game be better? I mean, again, all the jankiness about the screen moving too far to the right. Again, think of everything this game has to somehow work. Think of all the things this game has to do, like have move really fast on a terrible screen, and and have all these enemies on screen without slowdown. So they obviously failed there because there was slowdown in a lot of places in this game. And how can you even see this stuff coming? Like, that's the other problem, is that you can't really speed run this game. You can't really do any kind of speed running through this game to actually learn where everything is. Yeah, the slowdown gets really bad here when these knife throwers show up. It gets stupid bad in just a second. You have to hold up and right. You can't let go of the D-pad while you're jumping. This isn't like Street Fighter 2 in that sense. Wow, how'd I make it over that? Hologram. So you can just run right past the holograms. Whoop, look out! I don't think I can duck under this. Slowdown's getting really bad. Oh, that's really bad. That is really bad. If I can get over it. Yeah, that is really bad. Ugh. Yeah, keep punching. Yeah, that guy can't shoot up, I guess. He can't shoot upward. I made it out. Woo! Yeah, that slowdown was really bad, man. That level developer slash QA guy probably was somewhat proud of that part. But imagine, yeah, you design that part of the level to make the game hard, but the game just completely tanks. The frame rate just completely tanks during that part. It's just slowdown galore. Again, I think it's hilarious that there'd be slowdown in a Flash game, but I mean, it's inevitable, really. Yeah, Little Samson's reasonably fast on the NES, but it came pretty late in the run. Yeah, like before 1990, what were the fastest NES games back then? Yeah, I'm really drawing up like 2D platformers. Make it eventually, like again, you got games like Batman Return of the Joker that ran pretty fast. Do it. I have to jump. Can I jump over these guys? I can't get up there. Yes, I can. Yeah, there you go. Well, it's good to have a. Whoops! How do I make this jump? Again, you gotta jump while running. That's gonna be fun. Out the way! I'm gonna have to hold down the kick button while I'm running to slow that guy down. I don't know. Promising level. We'll see how it goes. Need more health. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I can't jump high enough. I can't jump over any of these enemies. So that's not good. Out the way. Can I climb this? Nope. Nope, can't climb that. And I'm out of speed force. That can't be good. Slow down. Gotta love it. Yeah, I'm out of speed force. Wow, I won. Was expecting that. Don't tell me there are more bombs. Of course there are. We got more levels, don't we? So the reason I'm running on this time limit is to, like, defuse bombs by punching them. I'm afraid so, Barry. Yeah, the Trickster. That's his name. Not the Joker. Trickster. Because, obviously, the Flash's greatest foe is a guy who's really smart and makes him run around a lot. Yeah, wasn't there... I want to say, back in the old syndicated Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, the comedy one, there's apparently a script from a couple... I think it was from a couple of Mystery Science Theater 3000 writers, I think. Like, there was a script about about some bombs, about, like, bombs on a train. Kind of like Speed, I guess. Like, literally like Speed. And in this case, I think they canceled the episode, I think. Or they didn't rerun it. No. Because that show came on way before 9/11. Wasn't there some kind of thing where it's like they didn't want to air that episode in syndication because of 9/11? But that show came on in 1993. Yeah, I'm out of juice. Yeah, I'm out of juice. That gives me some juice. Burger's got to burn those calories, though. Bomb's going off. Got it. That's a... Oh, that's a hologram. These dead ends are weird, but they're supposed to punish you for moving too fast, I suppose. Wow, how did I not fall in there? Let's go up and over. Going up seems to be a safe maneuver in this game, usually. I'm trying to punch, and I couldn't punch. Weird. Bye. So I can't jump very high when I'm running. That's not cool. Give me the loot. That, look out. Remember, you can't attack while... You can't punch while jumping. Shot right in the face. Ah, the slowdown. That's getting really bad, dude. There's the bomb. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. God, I had to punch it. Yeah, I lost a bit of health because I didn't take out the dude shooting those darts or whatever. Let me guess, another bomb? Even I'm starting to wonder at this point. I'm doing better than I thought I would, considering how sloppily I was playing when I first started. I'm never playing this game again, so let's just get it out of our system. We're going to forget this game in a flash. Got a lot of energy left in me. Gotta run. Headed for Ingot Lane. Back in a flash. Can't go that way. Well, that was a waste of time. Ow. Excuse me. This game sucks. So, yeah. So, what wasn't there another Super NES games? Yeah, I think this and the Roger Clemens MVP Baseball are the last two Game Boy games I need to play. That's a hologram. They meant to kind of trip you up, slow you down a little bit. Dumb. Well, I couldn't even turn around and punch him. Maybe it was holding me. It was too hard to turn around for some reason. I couldn't know why I couldn't turn around. Bye. Yeah, it's no Sonic. I will be playing Sonic on the Sega Genesis in a second because I hooked up to the CRT, but again, it's not trained. Whoops! Did I miss the bomb? I think that was just a vending machine with the food in it. How about I just ignore this entirely? Ah, that's right. That was a dead end up there anyway. Don't want the game to be too linear. Yeah, these levels are pretty like straightforward too. A little bit of scrolling up or down, but not a whole lot beyond that. Give me that. Whoop, that was bad. Oh well, no real option here. Gotta punch the bomb before it blows up. Yes, hold down the kick button and press left or right for that little spin kick, which is cute. Yeah, it works. Again, having to go all the way to the right to scroll the screen is really weird. Like, it's really bad. Like, that's basic, like, look. I guess they figured we'll fix it later. They never got around to fixing it. Because they were too busy trying to work on the, like, the hit detection and, how to make the character run fast. That whole thing. I mean, there's potential in the speed that's on display here. It's just that, the optimization's not there. That's why there's so much slowdown, among other things. Whoops! Did it again. How am I supposed to get over that, by the way? Am I supposed to do a running jump on the top of that thing? That's a dead end. Don't go that way. Shot me. I think I'm supposed to do a running jump before I get to that hill. But remember, there are no continues, dog. So hope you enjoy that. This game isn't that hard, but as you can see, I've made it most of the way through the game. I don't even know how many levels there are in this game, which is the other problem. Can't be more than a dozen, I would argue. Levels aren't that long. They can't be long. They're on a 2.5-minute timer. Can't run through that. So again, this jump, this flaky hold down, left, hold down, hold up, hold diagonally up and right to jump, and don't let go till you land is kind of flaky. Do not like it at all. An argument could be made that they should have made this a top-down action game where you can run in all four directions. That might have been harder to program, if I'm being honest. Whoops. Yeah, like, the only way I think to make this game work on a Game Boy would be to make it a four-way game where you could run. Oh, I made it. Remember, you have a jump kick, but you don't have a jump punch. There's the bomb. Let's do it. Out the way. Burning knuckle. That also works. Just defuse the bomb. So I held down the punch button and just jiggled up and down the D-pad until the bomb came out. Sure. Video games. Was anyone expecting a Flash video game from 1991 on the Game Boy to be good? I mean, expectations were not unreasonable, I think it's fair to say, from your boy. I got this game as part of a bundle. Like I said, I got like a bundle of like 8 Super Nintendo games, no 8 Game Boy games, like Mortal Kombat 2, F1 Race. What was the other game? Like I got a bunch like Super Mario Land, like a good collection. Whatever you have superstars, like a good size of games with which to start a collection of Game Boy games. Unfortunately, most of these games suck. I had to go out and buy a Quirk, and that seems somewhat interesting. I played about an hour of that. It seems interesting. I bought Tiger Woods, which seems decent for a Game Boy game, if I'm being honest. It's like a $4 golf game on the Game Boy. Like that seems fine. For a $4 golf game on the Game Boy, it seems perfectly careful. Seems perfectly reasonable. No one-ups, huh? But yeah, most of those games suck. Like Super Mario Land isn't bad, but it's whatever. It's fine. Better soundtrack than the Super Mario Brothers 1, am I right? I'll take that. You can make that jump. Again, these jumps should be easy, but they're kind of flaky because you have to hold up and jump to make them. And I don't think I can punch while I'm on the stairs, by the way. So that's not great. That might be another reason to hold down the kick button. That'd be another reason to hold down the kick button, actually. Because I'm pretty sure I can't punch reliably when I'm on the stairs. I do like doing that, though. That little spin kick's kind of cute. Like holding down the button instead of spamming it to kick somebody is a nice touch. I do like that. When you hold down A and B to run, the screen jerks forward, so you can tell they were trying to figure out how to make the scrolling cooperative by having your character walk all the way to the right just to advance, which is really weird. Whoa, careful, careful. Careful. Wow. Very chunky here. Very sluggish. Disappointing. More than the rest of the game, I would argue. Amy Brubaker soundtrack is okay, I guess. It's whatever. I didn't know many female video game composers back then. We have to go up? We got 15 seconds. Where's the bomb? Uh-oh, I think I might be stuck. Oh, it's up there. Gosh darn it, I'm stuck. Guess let's get creative. I can't get up the ladder. I'm going to die. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, 2 lives left, shockingly. Guess I did get an extra life at some point. Wasn't paying attention, really. I have 0. Whoops! That was stupid. So I got $1. Okay, so now I'm out of lives. Okay. So, no continues, right? No continues, I bet. Nope, no continues. Okay, call it. This game sucks. So from zero to so if you were to put this on a Metacritic score from 0 to 50 in less than 30 seconds, this game was never going to be great. It's too much. The idea of trying to do a speedy mascot platformer on the Game Boy with that terrible screen was never going to work ever. You would have to kind of fake speed by like making everyone else go slow, like what's his name, Quicksilver in the X-Men Last Stand movie. Like the only way to make this crap work is to make the rest of the game slow while you're running a little bit faster than normal. Otherwise, as you just saw, the screen can't keep up with the speed of the action on a regular Game Boy. I'm playing this on a CRT on a Super Game Boy, and the game's more manageable. But the level design is such that, most of the challenge comes from figuring out how to jump over platforms because the jumping controls are so flaky. Again, this isn't like Street Fighter 2 where if you do a diagonal jump, it's a deterministic jump. Like in Street Fighter 2, if you do that jump action, it's like ghouls and ghosts. You're guaranteed to go like a dozen pixels forward, and you can't vary the height or the distance on your jump. In this game, if you let go of the D-pad, in fact, I'm going to go back and test this. If you let go of the D-pad, you immediately lose all your forward momentum. And trying to do running jumps in this game compared to like Super Mario Land is terrible because you don't jump high enough. So let's try that. Yeah. So I go here. I'm going to do a diagonal jump forward. I'm going to stop. That's a very sloppy jump. Stop. So how far can I jump if I hold the button down? That's a normal jump distance. But I can cancel the jump by letting go of the D-pad. That's terrible. I should be jumping that far. I should be jumping from this column. And your character kind of moves a little too fast, so it's kind of hard to do a precise jump. So what's a full jump? That's basically a full jump. Yeah, you're supposed to land right in front of that couch. That's a full jump. But if you let go of the D-pad at any point for any reason, you'll fall short of that. And that's the problem. They're trying to, if this were a button, that would be easier to do. The problem is that if you let go of the D-pad for any reason before you complete your jump, you lose all your forward momentum. And you can do it with a button, you can get away with that. In Mega Man 2, you can get away with that. You can't do that here. This isn't that kind of game. So that kind of control, yeah, that's one way to cancel a jump. So you can cancel a jump here, unlike in Street Fighter 2 or Ghouls and Ghosts. The problem is that usually means you wind up dying because you let go of the button before you land. You can never let go of the button until you land. Thankfully, there aren't that many bombless pits in this game, but disappointing, really. Yeah, that jump's kind of again, the running jump is kind of weird. You can't jump over enemies either, which is incredibly weird. And you can't do a running jump kick. So while you're running, you can't do a kick while you're doing that running jump. But again, I never understood why do you have a punch and a kick? Because you can kick anyone, but you need the punch to actually get food or defuse the bombs. But why not just have the attack button do all of those things? Why do you need two different attacks in this game? And why do you have to hold select and start to pause the game? Like, why can't I just press select or start? Like, it just seems weird. Like, are they trying to keep people from accidentally pausing the game? Remember, you're playing on a Game Boy controller. It's built into the console. Anyway, this game sucks. Completely sucks. Okay, so again, I don't know. This game is worse than Mortal Kombat. I don't know if it's lower than a D minus. It's not lower than a D plus. It's a C minus at most because of the wonky jumping controls and the terrible hit detection on the melee combat. Not much to the levels really. And again, the fact that running takes up a meter is okay. But playing a game like this in the Game Boy this game is probably a D minus on the Game Boy screen. Now, a Game Boy Pocket might be okay. A Game Boy Color might be okay. But on the original Game Boy, this was barely playable, I imagine. I could not imagine pulling this out on a regular Game Boy and trying to see enemies on screen. That would be the worst. But yeah, never touching this game again. Selling this game in a flash. THQ Special, confirmed. Software, Equilibrium, yep. Never heard of them. I can't imagine they got paid very much to make this game. This doesn't sound like a game that's been in the tank. This doesn't sound like a game that's been on the docket for about a year, refining and polishing it. Doesn't feel like one of those things. So, graphics, we're in the D tier. Music's in the C tier, I would argue. The music's not terrible, but it's not amazing. Sound effects are in the D tier, unfortunately. Controls in the C minus tier, I would argue. Just like I said, the jump is bad. Like, the jump for a game like this, You need much tighter, collision detection on the platforms. You need more precise movement, and you need to be able to making jumps should not be that hard in this game, but it's hard because you have to hold up and right. You have to hold diagonal directions on the D-pad until you land, and it feels clunkier than usual because of the physics on the jump. So again, with a button press, I think the jumping controls could be decent. But because they're tied to your movement on the D-pad and you have to hold the button down through the length of the jump and never let go, you have to kind of like wrap your head around that in order to make it work. Yeah, Amy Bamberger. Yeah, I didn't know many female musicians back then. Obviously, Capcom had a couple. What was her name? Yeah, Konami obviously had Michiru Yamane over on the Castlevania side, and she did one of the songs for the Game Boy Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan game. She did the game where you're riding on the game where you're riding on the highway. She did that song definitely. Probably did a couple of others. And who was it? Was it Harumi Fujita? Who did the soundtrack for Commando, Bionic Commando, and one other game. She might have also done the first song, like the song to stage one of Codename Viper, as I recall. But Harumi Fujita is one of the Capcom composers who didn't really get a lot of shine because they worked under, like a lot of composers, like a lot of developers back in those days, they worked under nom de guerres and pseudonyms, which wasn't amazing. But they're getting their shine now because they're doing a lot of interviews with fans, with Japanese fans. That's good to hear. Like their music usually is. I think Harumi Fujita, also did the soundtrack to a game I play on this channel called Battle Axe, which was a top-down action game with a. The soundtrack isn't amazing, but you could like she loves the bass in that game. She's really working the bass in that game. She also did the soundtrack to Skyblazer on the Super Nintendo, as I recall. I'll double check that. But yeah, the point is that this game sucks. Probably a solid C minus at best. So that's the ceiling for this game. Um, WWF Superstars is probably a better game, but that ain't saying much. I think it's in the same deal. So we'll never touch this game again. But I played the Flash, as you can see, on the Super Game Boy on original hardware with my third-party turbo controller. Who made this? It's a Blockbuster Video controller. I don't remember who made this controller. It's still working though. It's plugged in via component video into my Magnavox DVD VHS combo device. Composite video, yellow cable. That is plugged into my CRT. It's a JVC DVD combo unit. I don't have the model number. I'll pull it out later. Very good picture on the Super Nintendo when you plug it in directly. But this DVD recorder that I'm using outputs a very noisy signal, unfortunately. So this composite video output is about as noisy as my RF cable would be. So that's not great. Now I'm outputting via HDMI output in 1080p to my Windows 10 education laptop using the Windows 10 camera app to capture this footage at 60 frames a second. It's at 768p. The Vivitar USB dongle is capturing this footage. In fact, before I end the video, I'll do a double check to see how bad the input latency is. It's not amazing, but we'll make it work. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of the here. So let's see how bad the input latency is when I'm using the controller. When I'm using the Vivitar. The input latency isn't terrible, but you'll feel it in certain situations. If I were playing like a shooter, it would probably be easier to notice. Was that a one up? Yeah, was that a one up? Input latency is not as bad as I expected. So there is that. You can compromise once you wrap your head around the delay. You have to wrap your head around the delay that's inevitably going to show up. I think I did get a one up by blowing up that bomb, by punching that bomb. What? Yeah, I can't jump over him. You can't jump over people while you're running, which I think is hilarious. Whoop, forgot to punch that. Got to punch the bomb, and I have no money, so whatever. Can't get over that, so we'll go over it this way. Not there. Go down. Jump over the hole. There we go. See? That's all you need to worry about. Should have taken the top route. Should have taken the top route. Whoops! So yeah, it's still playable. For as playable as this game can be considered to be. The Flash on the Game Boy.